2003 Chrysler Town Country or Dodge Caravan 3.3 liter. I'm going to do an intake manifold. I just did a radiator on this and his intake's leaking like a civvy too. And his thermostat's broke. Could he have any more problems with his cooling system? Well, maybe if he had rear heat. Can't remember the last time I did one of these. It was a fairly long time ago. Get this hose out of the way. 8mm on here. There's a sensor back in here. Intake air temperature sensor. You're going to want to unplug that. There's a little red child-proof connector on this too. You just push it back and it comes off. A couple clips on this. One in the back. One in the front that's already unclipped. And these throttle cables, you just turn them up like this. There's a little slot in them, just like a bicycle cable. Take those out. 8mm on this bracket. This has got one of them little clippy things on here. Take that off. You can just flop this out of the way, kinda. Power steering reservoir, that gets an 8mm. Another child-proof connector on this. So on this it's hard to see, but there's a stud on this thing and there's a 10mm nut you're going to want to get at with a pretty long extension. And you should be able to get this out of the way. Yeah, you don't need to take this nut all the way out either. It's slotted, so you just loosen it up and it comes right out of here. There's a zip tie here I'm going to cut. I'm going to unplug this. And then I can kind of get this sort of out of the way. 4 10mm on this coil pack. That's got to come off. I'm going to unplug all these plug wires. They're numbered. There. That's how I number stuff. There's another fantastic child-proof connector on this. Irritating stuff, man. All these child-proof connectors. Irritating junk. We'll be disconnecting this vacuum line. That piece of... I'm going to get a bungee cord for that. Can get this off of here. There's one more connector back here made by idiots. Child-proof, of course. You can't see the frickin' thing. The only thing you can see on this... I don't know if I can show you this. If you look at this connector, the only thing you can see is a red on the inside. And if you can get a hook tool in there and push in on the red stuff so you can get your fancy child-proof connector off. There's another one back here too you can get at pretty easy as you got to unplug for the IAC or something. And under the intake manifold, under the throttle body, you got your fuel line down here. This has got a quick connect. People call them quick disconnects or quick connects. You just got to push them 2 green tabs in with a pair of pliers or something. And this thing should come right out and spit gas all over the place. Oh, it didn't spit gas all over the place. What the heck? There's another vacuum line behind it. You pull off. And it's actually got a chunk of cracked up crack on it. It's on crack. It's on crack. That's right. It's a 3/6 on crack. Now I can go ahead and take this upper intake off. There's 8 bolts on the top. There's 4 in the front and 4 in the back. I got to take the fuel injectors off next, and they're all child-proof connectors, of course. I'm going to stick rags down in here, make sure nothing falls down in these ports while I'm doing the rest of this job. And of course, there's more silly little child-proof connectors on everything. You just got to pull these up. Yeah, that one broke. Cheap plastic. I'm going to leave the fuel rail bolted down. and just disconnect the wiring. And I just got a bunch more 10mm bolts. Couple more things. I got a temperature sender here. Yeah, that's got a child-proof connector on it too, and it's upside down. Freaking nice, man. I'm a pain in the butt. Even though I can't see it, I'm going to try to get this child-proof connector off of this dumb Dodge. Oh, Jesus, man. I got it. That was just sheer luck. I just poked it in here. I poked this in here like this. And I couldn't even see it. I got it. And now I gotta undo it because I just did it. What a bunch of dumb. Oh, that hose is nice and tight. These studs are about ready to give me stitches. Hopefully there's not enough coolant in here to get down into the engine. I don't want to have to change the oil. There's two 10mm bolts on here holding this gasket in place. I'm going to want to very carefully lay something down in here so I can keep as much stuff as possible from getting into the engine. There. I really should stuff rags down in these ports too. I'm going to. I just want to put some brake cleaner on a rag. Go over this with brake cleaner a couple of times probably. That's prepped pretty good. I got the intake manifold nice and clean. I can carefully take these out. I want to put about an 1/8 inch bead of silicone on here. Since this was leaking out of the water jackets right here, and it's just a little fudged up on the intake manifold and the head, I'm going to put just a really fine bead. You just want to make sure it doesn't squish out and get as far as the intake. This intake runner, it can't go that far. You don't need much. Just a little bit. I'm going to do the same here. Just try to drop this on all nice and squarely if you can. Now you want to torque, when you torque these, you want to start in the middle and work your way out. For right now, I'm just going to get them just almost like zero. I just want to snug them up. Well, there you got them all snugged down. You want to tighten them down to 16 foot-pounds or 200 inch-pounds. I'm just going to go a little more at a time here. You're supposed to do 10 inch-pounds and then do your 16 foot-pounds or 200 inch-pounds, which is actually like 16.666666666 foot-pounds. Now you just want to go over all of them, double check them all, make sure they're all kosher. Clean this up, put new seals on it. I don't know what the torque is on these. I just do them by hand. I just snug them down real good. If you really want to know, look it up. These thermostats are ridiculous. They got them staked in here. More Dodge ridiculous. Just run it around and try to knock some of the crap off of it. Very small amount of sealant. They give you these gaskets with this stickum stuff on it. It's useless. Okay, it's half useless. Especially when you put it on gasket sealant. I do believe you always want the silly little weep hole facing up. $13mm on these, by the way. I'm just going to stick my finger in here and make sure it didn't fall out or do anything stupid. Make sure it doesn't rattle around. So I don't think it moved. When you hook up this quick connect, there's two holes in the line, and there's two little tangs on the clip. And I'll make sure you line those up. Okay, that should be all the stuff. I suppose I can start it, see if it works anyways. Okay, it works.